Hey, good day. After running thousands of miles, there's actually only one technique that helped me become a faster runner. Made everything for running easy. So stay tuned, check it out, and I'll share that with you. Okay, so the one thing, what is it? What do you think the one thing is that would just affect your running and make it so much better? I mean, there's so many things out there that can probably affect your running and make it a bit better. Is it the shirt, something that's nice and moisture wicking and keeps you cool? Is it the water? If you're on the long runs, is it something like drinking those little pouches that people have? Is it the shorts and the way they fit? What is it? Is it the socks? I know socks do help me on longer runs, but it's not going to make me faster. What would be left? I'd guess it's the shoes. I mean, with so much technology that we have out there these days in shoes and the wide variety of things you can get from arch supports and bounce and cushions and springs and air pockets and all of these little advancements in technology that we have, surely it's got to be something like that. Right? I mean, I don't know if you remember, but when you were a kid and you got new shoes, like you ran faster right out of the store, right? You wore them out of the store and you were running around bouncing off the walls. Those things made you flash, right? You were just able to take off and leave those little fire trails behind you. Nowadays, I don't even think we get that recognition. It's a little bit sad. We can mourn for a second about the fact that we get new shoes and everybody doesn't always notice. But it's all right. When I started running, I started with the young brute force mentality, where it was brute force. That's what I did. I went out, put some shoes on, and I ran as hard as I could, as far as I could, until I was out of breath. And then I turned around and I ran home. Not the most effective way to build up your overall running ability. That type of running was considered continuous high intensity, and I even pushed that too far for high intensity. I think a lot of driven mindset people like us tend to do things like that. I tend to feel that if I go harder, faster, then everything else will improve because I'm putting out maximal effort, so I'm going to get maximal returns. With a lot of things, it's just not like that. More is not always better. And so what happened was I didn't realize why I was getting better in running. When I joined the military, that was my initial attempt at running. Just, you have to do it. Most of the runs are timed runs. You go as fast and hard as you can to beat that time. And since I was a middle of the pack runner for most of the time, the one thing that I ended up doing was volunteering as what's called a road guard. Right? Holding a sign. No, I didn't have a sign, but we did have reflective vests. But what it was we started out at the front of the pack of everybody wherever we were going. So when we were transiting from one place to another, we always, jogged. And so we needed road guards because we were crossing roads. And so we would stop traffic at the road while the group was coming. So we would sprint up ahead and stop traffic, let the whole group pass, then we'd fall in behind the group, and then we'd sprint back up to the front. And what I didn't realize is this is actually a technique. I don't know if it's like Swedish or Finnish or something like that, but it's called a fartlek. Right? Fun names. But basically, this one tactic took me from being a middle of the pack runner to being one of the top 5 runners. I was finishing my 4-mile timed runs in anywhere from 24 to 26 minutes pretty consistently. So that technique, the fartlek, is simply going, and as you're doing these 5K a day morning runs, once you're getting to the point you're at 5K, then start moving into this technique. And you could probably even start it earlier. But basically what it is when you're starting your run or jog, start at a low pace. And whatever that low pace is, whether it's walking, crawling, jogging, whatever your start pace is, start there. And then as you continue going, continue your speed. Make your speed faster and faster. So what happens is you're starting out as a walk, and then move up to a fast walk, a jog, a higher intensity run where you're breathing hard enough that you couldn't talk to somebody if they're running with you, or you can't talk to your running partner anymore. And then when you're at that level for a time frame, 30 seconds, a minute, pick a target in the distance, pick a stop sign, pick a road marker or a driveway or something, and then sprint all the way through that item. And while sprinting may be sprinting like Bolt or somebody who is just an Olympic track athlete, it can also just mean whatever your highest intensity is. So go up to that highest intensity and then run through that marker that you've picked. And then once you're through it, go all the way back down to a low intensity, whether that is a walk or a jog or what have you. But let your heart rate recover and settle down. Let your breathing settle down. Let all of your body's systems recover. And then start stepping it up again until you find that you can't talk to whoever you're running with, or couldn't talk to yourself if you tried. And then pick that target, 50 to 100 yards, sprint through it again. What you find is it's allowing all of your body systems to adapt. You're taking bigger strides, you're using different muscles, your heart and lungs are having to adapt, and your body's having to adapt because you're consuming more oxygen and more fuel and everything. And all around your body will improve your runs, and all of these baselines will just continue to improve. So that's it. That's literally what took me from being an 8-minute a mile runner down to a 6.5 minute a mile runner. So what tactics and techniques have you tried? What things in your running repertoire have you seen that have made your running better? That was just the single thing that changed all of my runs, even though I use all the other tactics and techniques. All right, so thanks tons. Let me know what you thought about it. Leave the likes, leave the comments, and then subscribe notifications. All right, take care. Thank you so much for your time. Darnell out.